Here's how to get the best video settings out of your Sony FX30 quickly.
You gotta just press record.
Hey, what's up? It's Corey with Think Media. Now, a few things before we get into setting up the camera. The first thing is that I want you to save this video because I know you're gonna need it in the future, so you can reference it when the camera settings get all messed up. The second thing is to have your camera in hand and follow along because it'll actually be helpful as you change your camera settings along with me. And then feel free to use the time codes in this video to help you get to where you need so that you can start crushing your videos. So let's get into it. So the first thing you wanna do is make sure you put a battery inside of the FX30 as well as an SD card. And in order to open the SD card, you're gonna slide down on the switch and pull back, and then the door will open. You wanna make sure you use fast SD cards with this camera, and we'll post a link to our favorite down in the description below. But you're going to place the SD card inside of the top slot, as that is slot number 1, and then it'll click in place. Turn the swivel screen towards you and turn on the camera by using the switch that's right next to the mode button on the back of the camera. The first thing you're gonna do is set the area, time, and date. This is important because it's actually reflected in your video files, so take the time to do this and set it correctly. The next prompt, the camera is gonna ask you to increase the temperature tolerance to high if you want to, and I would recommend to do so and do it now, and it's okay because the FX30 actually has internal fans, so you never have to worry about it overheating. You can register your smartphone with the camera later, and then it's gonna ask to perform pixel mapping, which you need to either cover the camera itself like the way it came in the box, or put a cover on the lens if you already put a lens on the camera. But once that's completed, we're ready to get the settings dialed. Now, if you haven't put a lens on the camera yet, then you can turn off the camera now, put a lens on it, and then turn it back on. What's crazy about the FX30 is it comes set to record in 1080p at 60 frames per second, which isn't the best settings for video. So the first thing we're gonna do is hit the menu button and then go down to the red camera icon using the directional pad in the back, hit right and select file format. Choose XAVC S4K and then hit the middle button, then go down and select the frame rate and change it from 60p to 24p. Next, go into record setting and select 100M 422 10-bit for the highest quality possible, or you can also select 100M 420 8-bit for smaller files. Once you do that, it's time to format your SD card. Now this will delete everything that's on it, so make sure that you have everything from it somewhere else if you don't want to delete it, but just scroll down to media, select format, and format slot 1. Next, go to audio recording and change the level from what it is down to 12. This is the type of setting that's going to vary on the kind of mic you're going to use, but 12 is a good starting point. Next, go down to shooting display, over to grid line, and turn it on. This will help you know what's center in the camera by simply looking at the screen. Now you're gonna back out to the sidebar and go to the exposure color menu. Now here's a tip on how we get the best colors straight out of the camera without having to color grade. You're actually gonna go to color tone and turn the picture profile to off. Go to creative look and change it from standard to neutral. Then we're gonna change our contrast to +4, our highlights to -9, and our saturation to +5. This is going to give you a great looking shot straight out of the camera. This video was brought to you by Elgato. Elgato creates amazing solutions and products for content creators, live streamers, and gamers. And one of their newest offerings is the Elgato Facecam Pro, which is an amazing plug-and-play webcam that'll get you professional looking videos. And it's actually the first 4K 60 webcam, giving you a really high quality image for your live streams, video conference calls, and even gaming. When you compare the image that this webcam produces, as that's what you're looking at right now, it just looks superior to other traditional webcams, which is really awesome. But what's cool about this camera is it's easy to use, but when you download their free Camera Hub software that comes with this webcam, you can actually unlock some potential of this webcam and change things like the zoom of your webcam, the focus settings, the exposure, and so much more. And I actually love that this webcam has autofocus, so if you hold up a product, it'll focus on the product, and if you drop it down, it'll focus back on your face, making it an awesome upgrade to your current webcam solution. And if you want to check out the Facecam Pro for yourself, check out the link in the description below. Thank you, Elgato, for sponsoring this video. Next, we're gonna set our white balance, so scroll down to number 4 and change it from auto to C-temp/filter. Now, depending on the light you are using to light your face, you're gonna set this to around 5,000 to 5,700. And I actually like to add some magenta in the shot, and you can do this by shifting it over 1 and going down 0.5. Next, we're gonna go into our focus settings. So we're gonna go to the AF/MF menu and then change the autofocus transition speed to 3. This will be a lot more natural, so it's not jumpy. And then we're gonna head down to face/eye autofocus and turn the face iframe display set to on. And now you'll be able to see if the camera's actually focusing in on your eye or not. Exit out of the menu by pressing the menu button and use the big wheel in the back to set your shutter speed to 1/50th of a second. Next, you're gonna use the front dial and scroll left until your iris is as low as your lens allows. In this case, it is set to 2.8. Once your shutter speed and aperture is set, you're gonna then scroll the back top wheel until your ISO is set to the proper exposure. And a good rule of thumb is just to keep it at around 0 or plus 0.3 or 0.7, but depending on your lighting, that's how you're gonna set your ISO. So now your FX30 is dialed and ready to crush your videos. And if you actually wanna learn how you can make money using your FX30 with YouTube, then you should check out our free 1-hour masterclass found at thinkmasterclass.com. I'll post a link to it down in the description below. You'll learn how you can make a part-time or even full-time income with YouTube so that you can make the money back that you used to get the FX30. And, or if you wanna check out another video from us here at Think Media, you can just click or tap the screen. Thanks so much for joining me. See you in the next one.